皆さん、明日田中さんの誕生日会があるんですけど、行きますか？ What is the Kedo I just used here? 明日田中さんの誕生日会があるんですけど。Isn't Kedo something like but in English? It expresses opposition or contrast of two sentences. Like, 頑張って勉強したけど試験に落ちた。あの人見た目はかっこいいけど性格は悪いよね。But Kedo I just used at the beginning of this video doesn't look like expresses opposition or contrast. There is Tanaka's birthday party tomorrow, but do you wanna go? What is the but here? What is Kedo here? Why did I just use Kedo here? This usage of Kedo is very important. Japanese people use it a lot. So in this video, I'm going to talk about this particular usage of Kedo. So what is the usage of this Kedo? It is used to introduce condition or situation before you getting into your main point. 明日田中さんの誕生日会があるんですけど、行きますか? So, main point of this statement here is to ask you if you want to go or not. So, 行きますか is the main statement. But before I get to the main point, I make one introductory remark so that you have clear idea. 明日田中さんの誕生日会があるんですけど is an introductory part to clarify the situation before getting into the main point. さっき田中さんにメロンもらったんだけど食べる? Here, the point is I want to ask you if you want to eat the melon or not. But before asking you the question, I make introductory remark. さっき田中さんにメロンもらったんですけど、もらったんだけど to tell you that here is the situation. So, do you wanna eat? もしもし、謝らなきゃいけないことがあるんだけど、今時間大丈夫？ねえ、ちょっと聞いて。先週東京に旅行行ってたんだけど、その時財布盗まれたさ。In this sentence, the main point is to tell you that I got my wallet stolen. But before getting into this point, I make one introductory statement. 先週東京に行ってきたんだけどさ、その時財布盗まれたさ。This Kedo is very often used. You have a point that you want to make, but before that, you want to make one introductory statement. That's when you use Kedo. And oftentimes, people use んだけど or んですけど to mention this thing because as I talked in the other video talking about んだ、んです、these んだ、んです is used to explain situation. So in those introductory statements, I'm explaining the situation. So oftentimes this kedo is used with んだ、んです and say んだけど、んですけど。昨日さやかに紹介してもらった男の人に会ったんだけど、あの人すごくかっこいいね。なんだっけ名前？田中さん？田中さんすごくかっこいいね。People also use this kind of kedo to request someone to do something. すいません、さっき注文したビールまだ来てないんですけど。This is not a complete sentence because I stopped after saying kedo. Because this kedo indicate there is upcoming sentence after this. But in Japanese, many people stop the sentence here to indicate that some measure should be taken. In other words, I just want to say that さっき注文したビールまだ来てないんですけど、早くしてください。Maybe my point here is to say, please, be quick. 早くしてください。But directly requesting someone to do something like this often regarded as impolite or too invasive. So many Japanese people, when they request someone to do something, they avoid saying the sentence, 早くしてください. But instead, stop the sentence right there after just you mention your condition. まだビール来てないんですけど。Because by just saying this sentence, it is obvious that what I want. So I don't have to say, 早くしてください, stuff like this. 先生、すいません。ちょっと字が小さくて読みづらいんですけど。Just by saying this sentence, it is obvious that what I want here, right? I don't have to say, 先生、ちょっと字が小さくて読みづらいんですけど、もっと大きく書いてください。or もっと大きく書いてくれますか？ Well, it is okay if I say, もっと大きく書いてくれますか？ It's not that it is very impolite, but in Japanese, people even so often avoid saying the requesting sentence to avoid being too invasive. When some people are blocking your way, すいません、ちょっと通りたいんですけど。I could have said, すいません、ちょっと通りたいんですけど、どいてください。But saying どいてください is too invasive, so I stopped the sentence right there. すいません、ちょっと通りたいんですけど。すいません、このラーメン、髪の毛入ってるんですけど。大変申し訳ございません。今、至急作り直しますので、もう少々お待ちください。今回のラーメン、お代は結構ですので。ねえ、パパ、話し声がうるさくて勉強に集中できないんだけど。So, one of the very important functions of Kedo is to mention condition or situation before you getting into the main point. And there's one other usage of Kedo. You can use Kedo to mention the topic before you get into your main point. 今日の夕飯だけど、お好み焼きはどう？ The point I want to make is to ask, お好み焼きはどう？ But before I make this statement, I clarify the topic first. What am I talking about? I'm talking about the dinner today. 今日の夕飯だけど、お好み焼きはどう？もしもし、今日の飲み会なんだけど、ちょっと具合が悪いから行けないわ。The point of this statement is to tell that I cannot go to 飲み会 tonight.I clarify the topic by saying 今日の飲み会なんだけど to tell you that what am I talking about is about the 飲み会 tonight. 田中さん、今日の会議ですけど部長が休みなので今回田中さんが代わりに司会進行役やってください。皆さん、今回の動画のテーマですけど今回の動画はけどについて話します。これから生まれてくる子供の名前なんだけどゴンザエモンはどうかな？ So one of the other functions of Kedo is to mention the topic to clarify the topic. So you will know what I'm talking about. People also use Kedo when they mention their name. For example, when they make phone call. もしもし、要だけど。In polite form, もしもし、要ですけど。To mention your own name. But you mention your name using Kedo when you make phone call to someone who recognizes you, who knows you. When I make phone call to someone who doesn't know me, もしもし、要ですけど。That sounds very weird because they don't recognize me and I said 要ですけど as if they know who I am. So when you make phone call to someone who doesn't know you,Then first you start from introduction of yourself. もしもし、私、株式会社要の要と申します。Stuff like this. もしもし、要だけど、この前行ったメキシコ料理の店の名前、なんだっけ？メキシコ料理？ビバラビダ？そうそう、ビバラビダ。思い出した。ありがとう。もしもし、いつもお世話になっております株式会社酒の内藤ですけど、ご注文いただいたお酒が入荷しましたのでご連絡しました。ご都合がいい時にいつでも取りに来てください。You may wonder then, what about が Can you use が here? 株式会社酒の内藤ですが。Well, also you can use が likewise. Function of が and kedo is basically the same.But the difference is, が is more formal. When you make, for example, a formal speech, or when you write, you would use が, but when you talk, more often people use けど. You can use が in speech, but only when you talk very formally. In most of the situation, especially when they talk casually, people use けど, not が. So, that is this particular usage of kedo. もしもし、要ですけど、田中さん、今日暇ですか？はい、今日は特に用事ないですけど、どうしました？今、妻と天気がいいから海に行きたいねって話してたんですけど、田中さん一緒に行きませんか？ 海ですか。いいですね。何時に行きますか？今から行こうと思ってるんですけど、行けますか？あ、大丈夫ですよ。今ちょっと僕、車ないんですけど。大丈夫ですよ。迎えに行きますから。あと、昼ご飯なんですけど、ビーチの近くにとても美味しい洋食屋さんがあるみたいで、そこに行こうと思ってるんですけど、どうですか？僕はどこでもいいですよ。じゃあそこでお昼食べましょう。あと必要なものなんですけど、水着と着替えとタオルは忘れないでくださいね。わかりました。もしもし、田中ですけど、めぐみさん、今日の夜空いてますか？今日、星を見に行こうと思っているんですけど、もしよろしければ一緒に行きませんか？星ですか？はい、今日は新月で天の川がとても綺麗に見えるみたいなんですよ。天の川ですか。素敵ですね。じゃあ、ぜひ連れて行ってください。8時頃出発する予定なんですけど、大丈夫ですか？はい、大丈夫ですよ。持ち物ですけど、今日夜冷えるみたいなので、暖かい上着とか持ってきてください。わかりました。